Let me ask you something that many men over 50 think about late at night but almost never say out loud. Have you ever stood there quietly and wondered why your body doesn't respond the way it used to, even though you still feel like the same man inside? You hear people say things like, just take baking soda, it fixes blood flow, or this one powder will open your arteries, and for a moment, hope rises. Because the fear underneath isn't really about baking soda, it's about losing strength, losing confidence, losing a part of yourself you never thought you'd have to question. And today, I want to speak to that fear honestly. I want to explain why using baking soda alone is not the answer, what actually drives massive blood flow in the male body, and how you can work with your biology instead of fighting it. My name is Dr. Lina. I'm a board-certified urologist, and I've spent over 10 years working closely with men in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. Every week in my clinic, I meet men who look successful, capable, and strong, but who quietly carry worries about circulation, performance, energy, and what these changes mean for their masculinity. I see this issue constantly, and I want you to know something important right away. What you're experiencing is common, it is understandable, and in many cases, it is reversible. Let's start by clearing the air, because there is a lot of confusion online. One of the biggest myths I hear is that baking soda alone can dramatically improve blood flow. The idea usually sounds convincing. People talk about alkalizing the body, balancing pH, and suddenly everything starts working again. But the male circulatory system does not work like a chemistry experiment in a glass. Blood flow is not controlled by one substance. It is controlled by signals, elasticity, nerves, hormones, and lifestyle factors all working together. Baking soda may temporarily affect acidity in certain situations, which may slightly reduce fatigue. But blood flow is not about acidity alone. It is about communication inside your body. That's why using baking soda by itself rarely delivers the results men are hoping for. Now, let's talk about the real changes men experience after 50, because these changes are real, and acknowledging them is not weakness. The first change is reduced responsiveness. Inside the body, nitric oxide production naturally slows with age, especially if physical activity decreases. In real life, this shows up as slower arousal, less firmness, or needing more stimulation to get the same response. Emotionally, this creates fear. Men start worrying that their body is failing them, that their confidence is slipping away. The second change is vascular stiffness. Blood vessels gradually lose elasticity, much like a rubber band that has been stretched too many times. Biologically, this is driven by inflammation and oxidative stress. Practically, men notice weaker circulation, colder hands and feet, slower recovery after exertion, and less endurance. Emotionally, it feels like losing physical authority, like the body is no longer reliable. The third change is hormonal signaling shifts. Testosterone does more than affect desire. It supports muscle tone, vascular health, and nerve sensitivity. As levels gradually decline, blood flow efficiency can drop. Men often notice fewer spontaneous responses, less morning firmness, and a quieter sense of desire. Emotionally, this can create shame. Men rarely discuss it, even with doctors. The fourth change is stress dominance. As responsibilities increase and recovery time decreases, stress hormones stay elevated. Stress constricts blood vessels. It pulls blood away from reproduction and towards survival. Practically, this means the body is constantly in guard mode. Emotionally, men feel tense, disconnected, and frustrated with themselves. If any of this sounds familiar, pause for a moment and know this: you are not alone. And if this conversation is helping you understand your body better, take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below where you're watching from. It helps this message reach more men who need reassurance, not fear. Now, let's talk about what actually helps blood flow return. The male body is incredibly adaptive. Blood vessels respond to use. Nitric oxide production increases when the body is stimulated correctly. This is why movement, resistance training, and even brisk walking can improve circulation. The body senses demand and responds. This is also why certain powders and nutrients matter far more than baking soda alone. Compounds that support nitric oxide production give your blood vessels the signal they need. L-citrulline, for example, is converted into arginine inside the body, which then produces nitric oxide. Magnesium supports vessel relaxation and nerve signaling. Natural nitrates from certain plant sources further enhance this process. Together, these support the system your body already uses. When men support nitric oxide production instead of chasing quick fixes, something changes. Blood vessels become more responsive. Circulation improves, gradually but reliably. Men notice stronger firmness, better stamina, improved exercise tolerance, and warmer extremities. But perhaps the biggest change is emotional. Confidence returns. Anxiety fades. Men stop feeling like they're fighting their own bodies. Now, I want to talk about safety because this is where responsibility matters. Baking soda is not harmless when used frequently or in large amounts. It can disrupt electrolytes, raise blood pressure, and strain the kidneys. For men over 50, especially those with heart disease, kidney conditions, or blood pressure issues, this is not something to experiment with casually. Blood vessels in the penis are smaller than those in the heart. Changes there can be early warning signs, not just intimacy issues. You should seek medical attention if you experience persistent erectile difficulties, chest discomfort with activity, shortness of breath, leg pain while walking, numbness, dizziness, or sudden changes in performance. These are not signs of weakness. They are signs of a body asking for support. Here is the reassuring part. Many blood flow changes are temporary and reversible when addressed early. The male body responds quickly to improved sleep, better hydration, reduced stress, regular movement, and proper nutrient support. You don't need extreme interventions to see improvement. You need consistency. As we come toward the end of this conversation, I want to address the emotional side directly. Men are taught to be strong, silent, and self-reliant. When the body changes, it can feel like a personal failure, but your worth as a man is not defined by a single physical response. Aging does not mean decline, it means adaptation. Strength after 50 looks different, but it is no less powerful. Taking care of your circulation is not about ego, it is about longevity, vitality, and showing up fully in your life. You deserve to feel confident in your body. You deserve clear information, not fear-based marketing. If this video helped you, share it with another man who might be silently struggling. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss future conversations like this. This is Dr. Lina, and I'll see you in the next video.